You ever looked up into the night sky and wondered what's out there? Well, I have.
And the answer might surprise you. It's more than you might think. The night sky is a treasure trove of wonderful, mysterious structures firing off photons towards Earth, just waiting to be looked at by us. These magnificent gems are being captured by astrophotographers all over the world. If you've ever had the privilege of looking at any of those pictures, you might ask yourself, how in the world did they get that picture? Well, I can tell you in one word: magic. So spend some time with me tonight on the pool deck and we'll take a look under the hood and see how all the magic works.
Greetings all, I'm Coma. You're watching Coma Astrophotography. Tonight we're going after the M106 Galaxy. It's an intermediate spiral galaxy in the constellation of Canis Venatici. You might be worried about the clouds you see in the skies behind me, but you need not be, because it's going to be clear between 11 and 2 tonight. I know that because Clear Skies Out tells me it is. On a side note, do you know what happens when you accidentally drop the live end of your power cord into the swimming pool? I do, and I can tell you it involves a lot of sparks, a lot of smoke, and a small but energetic explosive, and I don't recommend it anymore. This is the equipment setup that we'll be using tonight to take pictures of the M106 Galaxy. First, we've got the iOptron CEM60 mount. Riding on top of that, the Celestron 8SC Nexstar gives me a 2032 millimeter focal length without the focal reducer. But you can see here that I have the Celestron 0.63 flattener focal reducer, which gives me a 1280 millimeter focal length. Moving on, I'm using the ZWO off-axis guider. I'm using the Lodestar X2 for the guide scope. I've got the 8-position filter wheel here, the ZWO electronic filter wheel, 8 positions. I can fit in my luminance, LRGB, my HA03 and S2, and that still leaves 1 position for the light pollution filter. So I don't ever have to change my filters. I've got it all right here. And then finally, we've got the ZWO ASI 1600 MM Pro we'll be using as our camera tonight. Of course, we'll be shooting broadband. Down here, I've got my Thousand Oaks view heater controller. Now, this is absolutely essential because look up here, you'll see I've got two different dew heater bands on here. One of them just doesn't do the job. Here in Central Florida, you dew over really quick. As soon as the dew falls, you're done for, unless you've got a setup like this. One dew band just didn't get it done, but 2 does the job. Down here, I've got my power supply for the dew heaters. And then around over here, I've mounted onto my mount a power supply for all of the equipment that needs to plug up. And then over here, I've got a 8-position powered USB port. I need to use the powered port because right over here, you'll notice I'm using the Celestron electronic focuser. This draws enough amps so I cannot use an unpowered USB. I have to go through the powered USB. So this is the equipment setup that we'll be using tonight for the M106 Galaxy.
Here she goes.
Alright, so right now we're pointing to the North Celestial Pole, just underneath the North Star here. We're going to go down here and film M106. What we'll do is on the way we'll stop by Dubai here to do a mount synchronization and do our focus, and then from there it's just a short hop on over to the M106 Galaxy. Stars, Dubai, there we go, and go to.
I could have recorded it.
Do so. And there goes the mount over to Dubai, just like we told it to do.
Exposure started.
All right, I have to do this manually now since I chose to do it that way. So we'll take a 5-second image.
Exposure finished.
See where we're at. Well, it was pretty darn close. There's Dubai right there. But I want to get exactly on it, so. Okay, I've called up the crosshairs to show, here's Dubai. We want to get right on it, so I'll solve it again. Now that it's solved, I can use the aim function. So we'll click the aim button. We're going to click right there on Dubai. Go to plus plus. Yes, I do want to sync. It'll make that quick adjustment, take another picture to verify it's on, and then we should be good to go. I told it to get within 50 pixels for any go to plus plus.
Exposure finished.
It's going to come up right here. There it is.
Go to plus finished.
Okay, so we're on Dubai. We'll get rid of that, get rid of this. Now we just have to do our focus. So I'm going to take the camera down to 1 second and switch to live view. All right, I have to put the Batonov mask on, so I'll be right back when I do that. Okay, Batonov mask is on. I know I'm going to be really close to focus because I was just shooting last night, and this scope holds its focus pretty good. Looks like I need to make just maybe a small change. Yeah, I need to move it just a frog's hair over to the right. You can see this central spike needs to be exactly in between the X here, and it looks like it's just a frog's hair off. So we'll try and make that small adjustment and get the focus exact. Before we do that, I'll go ahead and call up the Batonov aid, see what that shows us. And it shows the exact amount of correction that we need to make to get it exactly on. Okay, those clouds are gone now. Looks like we're pretty well focused here. So we're focused on the star Dubai. Now we're ready to hop on over to the M106 and start taking some pictures. So let's exit out of the Batonov aid. Oh yeah, and it's going to remind me to take the Batonov mask off. That's not something I've ever forgotten to do before. Okay, Batonov mask is off. We're ready to jump over to the M106 Galaxy now. So I'm going to go ahead and change the exposure to 5 seconds because I like to do the plate solves with 5-second exposures. We'll get off of live view. And this time I'm going to do it the easy way. I already showed you how to use the manual go-to. That would be just like using your hand controller and then plate solving and figuring out where you are and making an adjustment using the aim button. So this time we're going to use the go-to plus plus to get over to M106. This is the really easy way to do it. M106, there it is. And notice we called that up in the go-to plus plus section down here. Okay, so clicking the go to plus plus and the mount's going to head on over to M106. Alright, there it goes over to M106 just like we told it. And it's going to be just a short hop over there. Okay, it's done. Now it's going to take an exposure to see if it's in the right spot.
Exposure finished.
I don't see M106. Well, yeah, there it is right there. It's pretty close. within 115 pixels. But I told it to get within 50, so it's going to make a small
Exposure
adjustment
started.
to put it right under the center.
Exposure finished. Go to plus finished.
So there it is. Let's I'll do a plate solve.
Image solved.
I'm going to sync the mount so now it knows where it's at. And it's going to show us in Stellarium. And there we are, centered up on M106. Alright, now we'll get the guiding going. Let's see, we'll do an auto select. There it goes. It's going to do a quick calibration. It's going to take about 3 or 4 minutes, so I'll come back when the calibration's done. So that's it. That's the M106 Galaxy and how you take a picture of it. If you enjoyed this video, then please go ahead and subscribe. If you especially like the video, go ahead and click the like button and of course ring that bell. And until next time, clear skies.
So I hope you enjoyed your night on the pool deck under the stars, where we took a quick peek under the hood to see what's really going on, to see how it all works. And you might think it's a shame to strip away all the magic, but let me assure you, at the end of the night, after you add up all the photons, stack all your images, and do all the processing to see what you really got, it's still magic.